From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply, Samsonite and Panasonic.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Now I just say one thing tonight, this Monday evening, that there has to be a conceivable limit against Hindu hate. Hindu hate is not okay. Hindu hate is not secular. Hindu hate is not acceptable. It cannot be acceptable, ladies and gentlemen. It cannot be acceptable at all that the Ramcharitmanas, one of the holiest of Hindu texts, is burnt. And then those who burn it say, we just burnt a few pages. It's burnt. A few pages of the Ramcharitmanas are burnt on the streets. And why? To try and spark a caste war. And we do nothing about it. We don't speak about it. We allow it. And then some groups will say, you know, we must be accommodative in our spirit. But I say this, ladies and gentlemen, it hurts us all. In this great country, pages of the Ramcharitmanas are openly burnt, and there's a political debate over it. This is not secularism. Is it secularism? I say it's not secularism. It's not secular to watch this happen and not challenge it everywhere, including, I say, in court. And people who go running to the Supreme Court to defend the rights of the boring broadcasting corporation to produce lies, they should equally show anger when something like this happens. Ladies and gentlemen, some groups are trying to spark hatred against Hinduism in such an open way and hoping to get away with it. We're compelled to put out the hashtag tonight. Hashtag no more Hindu hate. Hashtag no more Hindu hate, we say at Republic. And let me say one more thing tonight. No more political conspiracy to break Hindus either. No more political conspiracy to break and divide Hindus on caste lines like it was done by VP Singh in 1990 during Mandal. The country was made to burn then. The country was made to burn to keep a prime minister in his job, which also he lost. So Akhilesh should sack Swami Prasad Maurya immediately and take as strong a stand against the abuse of Hindus that he takes when the religious texts of other religions are insulted, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag tonight, no more Hindu hate. Please say it with us, ladies and gentlemen. No more religious hate, I say, but I also say equally, no more Hindu hate in this country. And debate number 2 this evening. The usual suspects obsessing about the BBC docu-series and moving the court. The law minister rightly calls it a waste of time. That's debate number 2. Debate number 3 this evening. After multiple targeted racist attacks on Indians in Australia by Khalistanis, can Australia simply refuse to act? We do business with them. We give the Australians money. If they can't defend our interests, we need to take them on. That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines this Monday evening on the debate tonight. After back-to-back attacks on the community, they now desecrate and burn Hindu texts. Has it become a hobby for some parties? Anger is raging against the burning of pages of the Ramcharitmanas. The nation says, hashtag no more Hindu hate. The usual suspects back in action, move the top court to defend the boring broadcasting corporation. The law minister takes on the lobby, wasting the top court's time, asks who is supreme, the court or the BBC. Indians subjected to more racist attacks in Australia, tricolour torn by Khalistanis. Will India crack the whip? And inaction from Canada to Australia. They want Indian students, they want Indian trade, they want Indian money, they want Indian talent, but fail to secure the Indian community. And ladies and gentlemen, if a holy scripture of any religion is targeted and burnt, there are arrests, there are protests, and there is stringent action. But more than that, there is condemnation, there is a conversation, and there is opposition. But if the religion happens to be Hinduism and the sacred text, in this case, the Ramcharitmanas, then it appears to be a free-for-all incitement and polarization, including by politicians, against one of the holiest Hindu books, is becoming a norm for some opposition party leaders. What's going on in this country? Pages of the Ramcharitmanas being burnt with glee and excitements on the streets. There is not a semblance of apology. This, viewers, is hate against Hindus. This is Hindu hate. And Hindu hate is also an attack on secularism. And the Not in My Name Brigade will not talk about this tonight. So we say openly, hashtag no more Hindu hate. Let's debate.
Torn to shreds, burnt in broad daylight. Watch how the sacred Ramcharitmanas that is believed to pave the way to salvation was insulted.
रामचरितमानस की पतियां हैं उसको यहाँ पर फाड़ी जा रही हैं और उसको जलाया जा रहा है और ये ओबीसी महासभा के लोग हैं जो लगातार इस बात का विरोध प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं और पूछते हैं क्यों आप लोग क्यों जला रहे हैं भाई?
इसमें कुछ आपत्तिजनक चौपाइयां लिखी गई हैं उसको हम लोग निकालना चाहते हैं। हम
अगर सही इनको अंश को नहीं हटाया गया तो देश में इस तरह की आग लगेगी।
This is explicit hate for the Hindu faith.
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता इन्होंने हमेशा समाज को भ्रमित करने का, समाज को खंडित करने का, समाज को गुमराह करने का काम किया है और इसी विरासत को आगे स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य जी भी बढ़ा रहे हैं।
And some are promoting it unrepentantly.
एफआईआर में मेरा भी नाम है तो झूठी एफआईआर है, इसलिए तो मेरा नाम है। कुछ चौपाई के अंश जो इस देश के महिलाओं, आदिवासियों, दलितों और पिछड़ों को अपमानित करने के आधार बनते हैं, हमने उनको विलोपित करने या संशोधन करने की मांग की है।
They have been inciting against the holy text.
धर्म के नाम पर किसी जाति वर्ग विशेष को अपमानजनक टिप्पणी से नवाजा जाता है तो स्वाभाविक रूप से वो आपत्तिजनक है।
And have been made part of the Samajwadi Party national executive right after it. It is clear Hinduism has been targeted in a manner that no other religion has.
सिर्फ कुरान शरीफ के अंदर नहीं है, वो महाभारत के अंदर जो गीता का जो भाग है उसके अंदर भी श्री कृष्ण की अर्जुन को भी जिहाद की बात ही कहते हैं।
शब्द कहाँ से आ गया है? ये हमारा है? पर्शियन का है, ईरान, इराक, कजाकिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान, फिर भारत का उधर का क्या संबंध है?
अब ये तथ्य एक प्रचारक होने के नाते ये महाभारत और रामायण की कथा बोलते इतना तो होता है, जंग तो हुए हैं, हिंसा तो हुआ है।
शची देवी के कुड़िसिदागे इवनु कुडितिद्द ಅಂತ ದಾಖಲೆ ಇದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು?
10 have been booked in Lucknow for burning pages of Ramcharitmanas. Can Hindu hate be perpetuated for motivated politics? Let's debate.
And my first question is to Sameer Singh. Sameer is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Sameer, how is the desecration of one of the holiest books of Hinduism, the holiest scriptures of Hinduism. How is this all right? And the people who are doing it are saying that they are doing it in support of your leader, Swami Prasad Maurya. Can I have you back on the screen? And my question is that did you think that your party will get away with it? Then you should say openly that we are anti-Hindu. Say it and the voters will decide. Don't play games, I'm saying. I'm just saying it. Say we are anti-Hindu as a party.
Good evening, Arnab.
We say that we are anti-Hindu, and it is okay if Hindus are upset that the Ramcharitmanas is being attacked, is being abused in the name of objection. And say that we are anti-Hindu. Say we want a ban on the Ramcharitmanas, and next time I'm telling you, put that in your manifesto. Are you hearing me? Put it in your manifesto that we want a ban on Ramcharitmanas, and then go ask for votes in this country or in Uttar Pradesh. I'm also telling you directly, now please respond. Why don't you do that? It's a democracy, you have a right to have any view. You can say we are anti-Ramcharitmanas. ये इधर उधर की बात मत करिए कि हाँ थोड़ा बहुत है, एक दो कागज, एक दो पन्ने हम ऑब्जेक्ट कर दे. Don't give me all that rubbish. Just say we are anti-Ramcharitmanas. I am sorry. You can say Anila Singh, I am sorry if you are a Hindu. Dushyant Sridhar, you are feeling bad. Sorry, but हमको ना we have to बटोरो the votes. हमको वोट बटोरने हैं. तो हम इधर थोड़ा तोड़ेंगे, इधर थोड़ा करेंगे, इधर अंगार लगाएंगे, फिर बैठेंगे. So please respond.
Arnab, I'm assuming you're not just asking me to repeat your words and instead present the Samajwadi Party's stand on this and clear all the bad air that is surrounding this incident, this topic we're discussing today. Because from what I could understand from the narration that happened and from what your angle to the story is, I am really sorry, but Samajwadi Party does not endorse any of it in any way. Now, let me come to the topic. While it's being projected and you want me to say that Samajwadi Party is anti-Hindu, we are anti-Hindu, we are anti-Ramcharitmanas, I think you forgot to play our National President, Honorable Akhilesh Yadav's statement, the press conference which he did, and he very specifically told that we are not against the Ramcharitmanas, we are not against Lord Rama, no one can ever be. So it's just an angle, a propaganda that has erupted, and as Samajwadi Party is being painted as an anti-Hindu party. We did no such thing, we made no such claims, and we did not do anything of that sort. Swami Prasad Maurya
one second.
Swami Prasad Maurya ji is a Sanatani, and it's
yes, so I'll tell you one thing.
Arnab, can I?
No, I want to tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Listen to me. I am a secular person. I don't know if Akhilesh is secular. I'm secular. You know what my secularism teaches me? My secularism teaches me, Rahul Ishwar, that I should not attack the religious texts of other religions. Not just expect my religion to be respected. I will not start commenting on this religious text of this religion has this thing which is anti this and this is anti women and this is that. You understand?
And
No, 1 minute. I'm not going to do that. But if somebody is going to start dissecting, take this page of Ramcharitmanas is against, so I have to start burning it in the streets, then I will tell you no more Hindu hate. Rahul is on the debate. Don't give me excuses.
Arnabji, just two submissions. Sir, please listen to me. First question is, do you condemn it? Second question is, as a Hindu activist, whenever, just give me 2 lines. Just give me 2 lines. As a Hindu activist, whenever I take Prophet Muhammad's name, I always say Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Son of God Jesus Christ. And I absolutely know of a leader who would have condemned this had he been alive. That is Mahatma Gandhi, whose last words were Hey Ram. See, a lukewarm response won't do. Will you do the same if this same thing happened to Holy Quran or Sacred Bible? I cannot even bring myself to ask that question out of respect for Holy Quran and Sacred Bible. But at the same point of time, you people have a dilly-dally attitude, a very kind of lethargic attitude. Had the same happened to Christian brothers or Muslim brothers, you would have jumped and reacted. Hindus are a soft punching bag. Hindu phobia is called secularism. Hindu phobia has been normalized and Hindu hate has been as progressive. And
no,
one
but
more
what
thing,
will happen
there
is,
a deep conspiracy to instigate a caste war.
Rahul, these secularati, and I want to bring in Nupur right now and Dushyant Sridhar. Anila, I'm coming to you in a minute. This secularati, the moment people like us in Republic will say, or Op India will say, or Dushyant Sridhar will say, or somebody will say that this kind of, attacking Hindus is not okay. They'll say, these fascist, intolerant, right-wingers, they don't understand. They don't understand the larger picture. They will say, Nupur, learn to be secular. Appreciate the smiles on the faces of the people as they burn your Hindu text. And let your children and your friends and brothers and family, your parents, nobody should be upset. They should say, India 2023, we must prepare to have more Hindu texts burnt openly in the country to prove our secularism to the New York Times. Yes, please, Nupur.
I have 4-5 points, and I'm not a politician, so I request the politicians to calm down and let me talk. Firstly, I am not a secular person. India is a civilizational Hindu state, and the burning of a Hindu text should not be acceptable in a civilizational Hindu state. If you want to be a political party in India, you cannot be a party today that you were back then, where you fired on Kar Sevaks, and this is for the Samajwadi Party. Just because you got some award doesn't wash away your anti-Hindu history. That's one. Two, I disagree even with Arnab when he says that this is to promote some sort of a caste war. We all know that Samajwadi Party's vote bank is the Yadav and Muslim vote bank. This nonsense, whether Akhilesh Yadav condemns it or not, this is condoned by the party over and over again. And this is being done to appease the Islamist vote bank in Uttar Pradesh, where you're tearing the Ramcharitmanas. It is not for the Yadav vote bank, it's for the Islamist vote bank. Now, if you say that you have a problem because it's the OBC Morcha and there are certain parts of the Ramcharitmanas that you have a problem with, I have two submissions. One, when Yogendranath Mandal came back to India from Pakistan after being one of the main people to helping in creation of Pakistan, he was a Hindu who came back, not a Dalit or a Brahmin, right? So the very vote bank, the Islamist vote bank, the Muslim vote bank that you're trying to appease, Samajwadi Party, is going to target a Dalit and a Brahmin equally, because for them, both castes are Hindus and both castes are Kafirs. So what you are doing is inspiring ire and hate against the entire Hindu community, hiding behind the garb of caste. That's one. Two, if you have the guts, do it to any other holy book, because we see what's happening now after a similar incident happened in Sweden. We see the kind of protests that that have erupted across the globe, whether it's in the Gulf countries, whether it's in Pakistan, whether it's in Bangladesh. If you have the guts, try and do it to another sacred text. And I will disagree with Rahul Ishwar when he says that all texts are same, all religions are the same. No, India is a Hindu civilizational state, and you have absolutely no right to insult our gods, to insult our texts, to insult our Bhagwans. You have no right to be in India, to hope to represent Hindus in a Hindu majority nation and insult our texts. And the sooner you make peace with that, the better for you. This is not the India where Mulayam Singh Yadav fired on Kar Sevaks and killed them. Whether you get an award or not, your history will not be whitewashed, and it would be in your political interest to stop with your Hindu hate, because the Hindu of today is not going to look away. And the Hindu of today will not forget your history, will not forget your present, and will not forget the insults that you mete out to the Hindu community day in and day out. And the condemnation of Akhilesh Yadav and the condemnation of the spokespersons and the distancing of the spokespersons from this act is a mere hollow rhetoric.
No, it's a very convenient
on
thing.
Anti-Hindu rhetoric.
Yeah.
They thrive on anti-Hindu hate because they need to appease their Muslim vote bank in Uttar Pradesh.
A lot of support coming in
That's
for what
all I
you're
have
saying.
to say, Arnab. Thank you.
I must say, Nupur, the very controlled but very, very factually solid response out here. And I must say also, Nupur, that a lot of my viewers are responding right now on social media and elsewhere, appreciating your straightforward talk out here. Now, I would invite anyone today Let's hear the other side, Nupur. Noshant, I'll just come to your other side. But we're democratic. Let me hear from CP Rai or Rohit Agarwal, because what viewers need to see...
Why the other side, Arnab? In your debate, you don't give Al-Qaeda a platform to present their side.
Just one. Let's give CP Rai from Lucknow, Rohit Agarwal, and as well as Sunil Kumar Singh of JDU, an opportunity to tell me a straight answer to a simple question. I am a Hindu. Listen to me. I am a Hindu. I'm a practicing Hindu. I'm a practicing Hindu. Wait a minute. I'm a practicing Hindu. Now tell me why I should accept this anymore. I'm saying my mind is made up. I don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept it. No, 1 minute. I don't want to accept it, and I find it repugnant, despicable, disgusting, horrible that some people are saying that parts of Ramcharitmanas should be banned. Tomorrow they will say parts of Bhagavad Gita should be banned. They will say, I don't agree with the Bhagavad Gita.
These people should read Sitaram Goyal's The Quran petition. And I would like to ask them if they have the guts.
1 minute. Nupur. 1 minute. Just first of all, who's going first? I want to know who goes first.
Yeah.
Rohit goes first. All right, Rohit, tell me.
Yeah, I'll go first. See, Arnab, as you said, ki you are a Hindu. So I will say, me too is a Hindu as well as I am a Sanati. So we have to see from when this Sanatan Dharma is being insulted.
1 minute. What was my question to you, Rohit? What was my question to it? I'm not in a competitive race with you. Rohit, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I won't speak over you. I am not in a competition with you that I am a greater Sanatani, lesser Sanatani than you. So don't bring down this debate to that low level. The question it was asked was this: you tell me, or tell Nupur, or tell Dushyant, or tell Tushar, or tell Anila, or tell Rahul, why this should be accepted that some people are saying that my holy book should be banned. That means
That's what I am coming to, Arnab.
No.
That's what I am coming to. Nupur, I think you have spoken enough. So let me counter you.
So I just have a question for you.
Arnab, it is very
let him. Nupur, allow him. Yeah.
Who is Swami Prasad Maurya? He just joined Samajwadi Party 8 months back, and he was a minister to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and he was enjoying a ministerial position for long in Bharatiya Janata Party, and his daughter is still in Bharatiya Janata Party.
No. 1 minute.
Nobody's questioning it.
No. So throw him out.
Nobody's
so that's right. So I'll let Anila respond to this. 1 minute. 1 minute. No. 1 minute. 2 versus 2. The question goes, a fantastic point by you. You're so wise. You're so fantastic. You said that this man, what you're saying, I'll try and explain to people what you're saying. Can I have him on the right, please? I lost him from the screen. Can I have the... Yeah, that's it. So, Rohit, fantastic. You know, you're a wonderful, expressive, eloquent young man. Now listen to me. What you are saying, I'll try to tell you in better words. What you're saying is that till Swami Prasad Maurya was with the BJP, he could not speak such garbage. But the political party he is in has given him the freedom to speak such garbage.
No.
So you are actually appreciating the BJP. Anila is on the debate. Anila, isn't that what he said?
No.
Which means no. Or in other words, 1 minute. Or in other words, you're saying 1 minute. I'll unleash myself on you. I'll unleash myself on you. Or you are saying he has been actively encouraged by a conspiratorial Samajwadi Party to spew venom against the Hindu religion, to divide the Hindu religion, and provoke caste sentiment in Uttar Pradesh by a party that has lost this horribly in the last assembly elections. What are you saying? What are you saying, Anila?
Arnab,
No, what Arnab? What Arnab now?
Absolutely. My Ram to everyone. My Ram to everyone, whether we talk about Rohit Agarwal or whether we talk about Swami Prasad Maurya, they all are... They all are sailing in the same boat.
Last 5 years he was in Bharatiya Janata Party. Did he attack the Ramcharitmanas?
I have to talk, or this person has to talk.
In Bharatiya Janata Party, I have never visited any
Arnab,
it is his word.
There is a reason. Why they burned the Ramcharitmanas and not the Gita. Because if they burn the Gita, they will be angering the Yadav vote bank as well. So even the Hindu hate is selective.
That when they are having his daughter, So his daughter is also having the same.
You forget about the daughter.
Actually, what Swami Prasad Maurya is doing, he wants to be talk of town. He wants to be talk of town, and he's getting
this. In the dustbin.
He's getting this today on national media. We are talking about this shit man.
Now
we are talking on this. We are not talking on what Sanjay Nishad has said. Sanjay Nishad has said
Swami Prasad Maurya in the garbage.
Party is still enjoying his support. Bharatiya Janata Party is still enjoying his support.
So you become the Sanatan Party, no? You become the Hindu Hriday Samrat. Throw Swami Prasad Maurya in the garbage. You hypocrites.
Madam, please. You said you are not political.
Why are you not throwing Swami Prasad Maurya in the garbage?
Yeah, I think that's a very relevant question. No. It's a very relevant question. So viewers, the point being, 1 minute, Mr. Rohit Agarwal, I'll tell you one thing. Mr. Rohit Agarwal, 1 minute, Mr. Rohit Agarwal. 1 minute. Rohit Agarwal ji, Mr. Rohit Agarwal, you just 1 minute, yeah. 1 minute. What is your stress? What is your stress? Am I running away from the debate? I'm here, no? मैं बैठा हूँ ना. Am I running away from the debate?
No.
No. Am I not letting you talk? What is your complaint with me today?
No, Arnab, I don't have any complaint because when you are giving a platform for a debating on such topics, actually you are letting us to clear the air.
By 1 minute. Clear airway nahi hone wala hai. I am getting Dushyant and Anila on the debate right now. For a moment, please, Tushar, I am coming to you in a minute. Point here is this. Point here is this. I think I have a solution to this, which Nupur has said. Anila, I think he should be sacked because what I want is, I want a minimum thing. I want to know that if anybody hurts Hindu sentiments like this, they should know there is something which they will be punished for. Their political career will be finished. They will never be able to fight an election. That should be the punishment. That's all I'm asking. So if you're saying he's violated the party norms, Akhilesh did not want him to say, then Akhilesh should be sacking him, not promoting him. But what has Akhilesh done? He's promoted him. Which means you think it's a game. You don't understand what I mean, Samir? Which means that you think it's a game. Just play around with the Hindus a bit, break them up, create a controversy on a Hindu book, abuse a few Hindu gods. Samir? Abuse few Hindu gods, kuch nahi, vote aa jayenge, Hindu बढ़ जाएंगे, हमारी politics चलती रहेगी. That is it. No, that's the game, right? Anila.
Well, if you're asking me a question, then
yeah, I'm asking you a question. Samir, Anila, and I want CP also on the debate. Yeah.
This is the new trend. This is the new trend. Sanatan faith lynching. Sanatan faith lynching is the new trend in today's date. They are lynching Sanatanis. They are insulting, they are humiliating Sanatan and Sanatanis. What is Sanatan? Don't they understand this thing that sheer existence of Bharatvarsh is Sanatan? Our foundation is Sanatan. But what we are observing every day, there is new episode how Sanatan can be humiliated. I think it is the high time when our literature, whether we talk about Ved, Upanishads, Purans, Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, all are religious books. They should be respected. But what to say about these political terrorists who want to please, who want to divide the vote bank for their own selfish motives? But Bharatiya Janata Party's stand has always been very, very clear.
And the other point is, Dushyant Sridhar, the other point, I want to get everyone in. Dushyant Sridhar, the Samajwadi Party leader Swami Prasad Maurya has also gone on to make another statement. He says, who says that Ramcharitmanas is a religious book? He says, Tulsidas did not say it was a religious book.
You see, they won't do it with other religions.
Dushyant.
They don't want a certain
Namaskaram to my fellow. Yeah.
Sorry.
Namaskaram Arnab and Namaskaram to my fellow panelists. It can be treated as a religious book, it can be treated as a literary work, but it falls under the huge umbrella of Sanatana Dharma, which is Hinduism. Very quickly, Arnab, for the last few months, maybe the last year, even the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned, and many other intellectuals have mentioned about decolonizing our minds. We need to get out of the colonial period. I would say get 600 years before that and try to get off that Mughal rule period, because it was during that period when most libraries and manuscripts were burnt across the country, be it Nalanda, Takshashila.
Well said, well said.
Where we have Shuta Prakashika, Bhumau, Yenadau, Parirakshita. So this concept of burning the books itself is a Western thought, one or not. Second point, the Western people who came to invade the country burnt our libraries and thought they could beat themselves up saying that we have won the war because they believed that the knowledge lied in the books. I would say I will give a few copies for them to burn. Let them be happy, because Ramcharitmanas is not there in the book. It is there in my mind. It is there in my heart. So the verses of Vishnu Sahasranamam, be it Ramayana, Mahabharatam, is in my heart. So how many ever books you burn, you're not going to achieve your purpose. One. Second thing, people need to understand the beauty of reading a poetry, because most of them who read may have obtained fake certificates in education. I am not. I am a student of Pilani. I am a student of the Indian Institute of Science. I can talk from the Vedic perspective. Here I give you. When you read a piece of poetry, learn to appreciate the similes and the metaphors in it. When I say that a person who is walking in front of me is like a pumpkin, next day I cannot end up using the person for my sambar that I use for my idli. So you need to understand to strip off the extra elements of poetry. Third, who utters the statement? He says, Dol Gavar Sudra Pashunari Sakal Tadana Ke Adhikari. He uses this verse and says that the entire book has to be burnt. This is a verse uttered by the Ocean King to Rama. Ocean King himself was corrupt. He did not come even after 3 days of fasting of Rama. One. So this is not a commandment which is found in most of the Western holy books. It is a biography where one character says it. So if you're going to malign the whole book for what the character says, that's going to be idiosyncrasy. And the last point, Arnab. Here he says, Dhol Gavar Sudra Pashunari. The word Sudra indicates all men. Janma Jayate Shudraha, says Shastram. Every man who's born on this word is Shudra. So it's not a word that is to be condemned or ridiculed. Second, Nari, all the women. Pashu, all the animals. So it is similar to Sura Nara Khagago Bhogi Gandharva Daityehi, which comes in Vishnu Sahasranamam. So I don't feel, I think there should be a big debate or probably a course or not through Republic TV to enlighten these highly intellectual political class about the literary works that we have.
I am indeed very, no, I must say, Dushyant,
and they end up commenting anything.
Dushyant, I must say that first of all I am grateful to you, because you know, when a scholar like you comes in and speaks, you come from a position of authority, and what you've just told is something very interesting, viewers. What Dushyant Sridhar has said is that in the Ramcharitmanas is a melange of characters. It is not an instructional commandment. It is a melange of, it is not, nobody is telling you do this, do that, say this, don't do this, these are the do's and don'ts. No, it's a melange of characters, it's a mix of characters. In that one of the characters makes a comment. It is not uttered by Lord Ram, and neither is it an instruction to society. But you see, the problem is, Dushyant and Tushar, there will be people like Swami Prasad Maurya, and sometimes there are educated people like Sunil Kumar Singh or C.P. Rai, who because of their political agenda will say, listen, we are out of power in the center for a long time, and we are unlikely to be in power in the center and state for a long time. So they will sit and over a cup of chai one day say कि हिंदुओं को तोड़ना है, थोड़ा ये ड्रामा करना है, OBC, MBC पॉलिटिक्स वापस लानी है, उसके लिए हमको ये करना बहुत जरूरी है, और स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य को बोलो that he needs to be the person doing it for us. So I'm throwing a challenge to C.P. Rai. C.P. Rai, you're a very learned man. You have just been told by Dushyant Sridhar, who's an extremely learned Vedic scholar, that some people have lied about Ramcharitmanas. Can you counter him on fact?
अर्नब, आपने मेरे ऊपर झूठा आरोप लगा दिया। पहली बात तो इन मुद्दों पर बहस की जरूरत क्या है किसी को? जिसको पसंद हो वो पढ़े, जिसको न पसंद हो वो न पढ़े।
नहीं, आस्था की बात है। नहीं, एक मिनट सीपी राय जी, 2 मिनट, एक बार आपको 30 सेकंड के लिए रोकूंगा। मान्यवर रुक जाइए, मेरी बात सुनिए। नहीं, एक मिनट मेरी बात सुनिए। एक मिनट सीपी राय जी, इतने नो गिव मी 10 seconds to tell you. No सीपी राय, you must give me 10 seconds 15 seconds to respond to you. जब को बहुत लाइटली कोई आके मेरे प्रोग्राम में कह देते हैं अरे छोटी सी बात है, इस पर डिबेट करने की क्या जरूरत है, डिस्कशन करने की क्या जरूरत है, तो मैं कह रहा हूं, है ना, मैं और ठेस नहीं लेने वाला हूं अपने पे। मेरी बात सुनिए, मेरी बात नहीं, आप सुनिए ना, आप देखिए आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं, उस पर आप आरोप प्रत्यारोप नहीं करना चाहता। आई डोंट वांट टू अक्यूज यू, बट आई एम सेइंग वन थिंग टू यू, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड। यू नो माय जनरेशन, हम जब से स्कूल कॉलेज में थे अब तक ना हमने देखा है कि नेता जो लोग हैं वो हिंदू धर्म को रेगुलरली टारगेट करते हैं। आप ये मत समझिए कि हम कोई अनपढ़ व्यक्ति है जिनको जीवन की कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है। 1990 में मंडल कमीशन रिपोर्ट ने सारे देश को जला दिया था, है ना, पत्थर लगाए गए थे, लोगों ने सुसाइड की थी। राजीव गोस्वामी का नाम आपको याद होगा। मेरी बात सुनिए, मेरी बात सुनिए। और इसीलिए नहीं, आप इंटरप्ट कर रहे हैं, मेरे को बोलने दीजिए। नहीं, आप अगर बोले इसमें डिबेट करने की क्या जरूरत है, तो मैं एक रिप्लाई करूंगा कि मेरे आस्था के साथ ये लिंक्ड है, मेरे फेथ के साथ लिंक्ड है, मेरे इमोशंस के साथ लिंक्ड है। इट इज पार्ट ऑफ माई सिविलाइजेशनल हेरिटेज, इट इज पार्ट ऑफ द इंडिक सिविलाइजेशन। यू कैन नॉट वॉक ओवर इट एनी मोर। इट इज हर्टिंग माई सेंटिमेंट, it is hurting the sentiments of millions of Indians. Should I open the phone lines tonight? Phone line खोल दूं तो आपको समझ में आएगा। हाँ बोलिए।
I didn't say anything to hurt you.
No, you said what is the big deal?
ये नहीं कहा था।
You said बड़ी बात क्या है? इस पे डिबेट करने की क्या जरूरत है?
मैंने ये कहा था जिसको कोई किताब पढ़ने की इच्छा हो पढ़े।
ये सिर्फ किताब नहीं है, ये कोई एनिड ब्लाइटन नहीं है। आप किताब ये कोई किताब नहीं है, आप समझ, ये किताब कह के आप रामचरितमानस की जो अहमियत है मेरे जीवन में उसको कम क्यों करना चाहते हैं? आपके लिए किताब होगा, मेरे लिए नहीं है।
मुझे बात नहीं पूरी करनी,
मेरे लिए किताब नहीं है,
मुझे बिस्कुट
मेरे लिए किताब नहीं है, मेरे कोई भजन कोई गीत नहीं है। एक फिल्म सॉन्ग और एक भजन के बीच में आपको डिफरेंस नहीं पता है।
एंड देयर आर 300 बुक्स अर्नब, They are 300
भाई
books.
जो जब आपको मैं बताऊं, जब कोई कहता है हे गोविंद हे गोपाल, उसके और एक फिल्म सॉन्ग के बीच में डिफरेंस आपको पता नहीं है।
अर्नब,
क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप?
अर्नब, आपको नहीं बुलाना चाहिए था मुझे।
मैं बुला रहा हूं, आपको काउंटर कर रहा हूं।
मुझे नहीं बुलाना चाहिए था।
मैं काउंटर कर रहा हूं सीपी राय जी।
I am not a fool.
No, who said you are a fool? I'm countering you. When did I call you a fool?
बुलाना चाहिए था।
I never called you a fool. I countered you with fact.
मेरी बात पूरी करने दीजिए, फिर बोलिएगा। मुझे आपने टाइम दिया तो बोलने दीजिए पहले मुझे। मैंने अभी परसों ही रामानुजन साहब की 300 रामायण पढ़ के खत्म किया है।
अरे भाई आपने
इस देश में 300 रामायण है। वाल्मीकि की रामायण से शुरू होता है और बंगाल की, कर्नाटक की, कन्नड़ की और तमाम जगहों की अलग अलग तरह की रामायण है। मुगलों के समय लिखी गई रामचरितमानस भी है। वाल्मीकि की रामायण में कुछ और चीजें हैं, बंगाल की रामायण में कुछ और चीजें हैं, कन्नड़ की रामायण में कुछ और चीजें हैं। तमाम कहानियां बिखरी हुई हैं। आस्था से किसी का इनकार नहीं, आस्था किसी चीज में भी किसी की हो सकती है। मैं ये कह रहा था जिनको नहीं पसंद वो ना पढ़े, उसको जलाने की क्या जरूरत है? मैं ये कह रहा था।
One more thing. There is only one Ramayana. There may be many interpretations. There is only one Ramayana. That is Valmiki's Ramayana.
अरे भाई आप no, I want Tushar to come into the debate. Tushar, you don't do a balancing number on this. There's no balancing tonight, Rahul. Nupur was right. You're trying to balance it out a little bit. No, don't try to do the balancing number here. I want Tushar to come into it. It's hurt my sentiment. That's good enough. Tushar.
You are not permitting me to.
Of course I am, sir. I'm just getting everyone in.
Listening to everyone, I have a simple.
For my point of view.
Hold on. So Arnab, listening to everyone, I have a simple appeal to Hindus who are stakeholders of the Hindu civilization, who are residents of India, and who are also voters on a periodic basis. This is a trend. The Hindu hate is a trend amongst the opposition parties. Hold on, Mr. I, quiet. For long, Hindus have been guilt-tripped into believing that they are anti-minority. Because they vote for a certain party, they are anti-minority. They have been guilt-tripped into believing. They have been tortured into believing that their texts, their way of living, their philosophy of life, everything is meant to be cursed and abused. Today, the Hindus of India, the million Hindus in the minds and hearts of whom the Ramayana resides, have to decide that how long are they willing to take insult from several opposition parties when it comes to their civilization, their way of living, their definition of Hinduism. It's very simple, Arnab. There is no intellectualizing here. Some people here are only in for the eyeballs. They have no ideology. And the Samajwadi is one of them. Break a few Hindu votes, get the appeasement votes by abusing the Hindus, and you will win the elections. These are the people, Arnab. They're not in for the ideology. They're in for the eyeballs.
People are playing a political game here. When people of BJP speaks against Hinduism, when people of the BJP speaks against Bhagwan Ram's birth, the people like Sanjay Nishad is speaking against the Lord Rama birth. The people like this Dinesh, the ex-deputy CM. Dinesh Sharma is speaking against the birth of the...
1 minute, Tushar goes first, Nupur. Tushar response. I'm getting everyone in. I'm letting Tushar in for 30 seconds. 30 seconds to Tushar. We're moving very fast on the debate this Monday evening. Tushar, 30 seconds to you. 30 seconds to you, Tushar.
It is not the...
30 seconds to you, Tushar.
You should...
Would anyone from the...
Now the audio, please, control. 30 seconds to Tushar.
Politicians, please.
Would anyone from the opposition party, Arnab, any opposition party ever dare to intellectualize any other sacred text?
Question taken. Sunil Kumar Singh of the JDU on the other side tonight. Sunil Singh.
The religious politics. BJP is...
Sunil and CP Rai on the other side tonight.
Our stand is very clear.
Yes.
Our stand is very clear. We respect all religion. We respect all religious texts. And nobody has got the right to hurt the sentiments of any sect or community. Even in our state, one minister talked about Ramcharitmanas. We had made that thing very clear that we don't subscribe to his theory. And because, he chose the educational forum for a religious thing. So if anybody is having a doubt about whatever is said in Chaupaya or Doha, I think he should do not make it a political issue because it's not fair to mix religion with politics.
Things.
Because one party does it, we condemn it. We condemn it. So if anybody is having doubt about Chaupai or Doha of Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, they should go to a religious forum. And one Acharya Kishore Kunal of Patna is expert on Ramcharitmanas. He had an interpretation that Shudra is not Shudra. In original manuscript that is in Calcutta, it's written Shudra. And Nari is ocean. So like one expert said, so if anybody is having some doubt, rather than make it political issue,
empty rhetoric.
Arnab, this is
empty rhetoric.
Can I come in?
Empty rhetoric.
And get convinced.
No, I think somebody should put in a PIL before the Supreme Court. No, 1 minute. The Supreme Court, which has decided that on the 6th of February, there will be a hearing on a petition by Prashant Bhushan and what's his name? That ex-editor. What's his name? N. Ram or someone. N. Ram and Prashant Bhushan, who are defending the BBC. The Supreme Court should also, therefore, I think, hear a PIL. Somebody should file a PIL about the rising incidents of Hindu hate in this country and against the burning of religious books. And there's a precedent for this, CP Rai. The precedent is that, 1 minute, Nupur. The precedent is that, I think it is in September, that the Supreme Court asked 8 states to verify claims of a PIL which said there were rising incidents of burning of religious books in a reference to the burning of church properties and the Bible and the hate campaign allegedly against the Christian community, right? Stalling of prayer meetings and services and gender violence and everything wrong against the Christian community. So the Supreme Court asked states to verify it. The state Supreme Court should ask also right now intervene in a case. Somebody should file a PIL. That's all I'm saying, Nupur. Let somebody file a PIL on this case. Let the highest court of the country do something to defend Hindus from these kind of attacks.
No, 1 second. Firstly, this entire discussion about specific...
Nupur ko bolne de, uske baad CP Rai coming back to you. CP Rai, I'm coming back to you after Nupur.
1 second, please.
Nupur ke baad aapke paas hi aana wapas.
This entire debate about which Chaupai and which verse in Ramcharitmanas means what, we don't care. We are not liable, we are not obligated to defend our faith. We are not obligated to defend our religious text. We are not obligated to defend our itihasa. आपको इतनी ही चुल मची है ना, तो आप दूसरे रिलीजन्स को जाके बोलिए कि अपने टेक्स्ट डिफेंड करेंगे, फिर आपको कितने सर तन से जुदा के थ्रेट्स आते हैं हम भी देखेंगे, है ना? ये पहली बात। दूसरी बात, अंकुर यादव कौन है? ये समाजवादी पार्टी के मुझे कोई जवाब दे सकते हैं? Who is अंकुर यादव? अंकुर यादव was one of your Ankur Yadav was a youth leader of Samajwadi Party and he was thrown out of the party because he supported Nupur Sharma. उस टाइम कहाँ गया था आपका ये हिम्मत कि हम रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट को चैलेंज करेंगे? Nupur Sharma quoted the hadith and she is today
okay now I want okay question taken, 30 seconds left on the debate and I'm now going to Rohit Agarwal is responding right now. 30 seconds to each side right now, 1 minute left. Rohit,
somebody from opposition, but you forget
1 minute. Rohit, Nupur, thank you. Nupur, thank you. Rohit now. Nupur, thank you. Rohit now. Thank you. Rohit now.
Arnab, 30 seconds.
बोलिए सीपी राय जी बोलिए। सीपी राय जी बोलिए।
अर्नब 30 सेकंड
बोलिए। सीपी राय जी बोलिए। 30 सेकंड आपके पास है, बोलिए।
मैं नहीं करता। रोहित, 1 मिनट जरा।
सीपी राय इज ऑन द डिबेट। नुपुर, थैंक यू। सीपी राय जी बोलिए, टाइम लिमिट है, सीमित है, टाइम कम है, समझने की कोशिश करें।
Nupur Sharma is thrown out of the
मैं ऐसा मैं नहीं करता।
standing with Nupur Sharma
मैं नहीं करता।
नुपुर शर्मा को बीजेपी ने निलंबित किया स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य के खिलाफ। समाजवादी पार्टी क्या एक्शन ले रही है? सीपी राय,
मैन ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी। स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य इज अ मैन ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी। He enjoyed 5 years.
सीपी राय, आपका नाम सीपी राय नहीं है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। रिप्लेस ऑन द राइट नाउ। सीपी राय।
His daughter is still in Bharatiya Janata Party. Why don't you ask?
अर्नब
जी,
अर्नब, मेरा कहना यह है, जिसकी आस्था है उसे आस्था हो और उसको किसी को चोट पहुंचाने का कोई हक नहीं है, वो चाहे जिसकी जो भी आस्था हो। ये अलग बात है कि हमारे हिंदू धर्म में बहस होती रही है और तमाम बहसों के तमाम इतिहास हमारे हिंदू धर्म में है। मेरा ऐतराज इस बात पर रहता है, हम केवल धर्म के नाम पर लड़ेंगे या जब से हम राम का नाम लेके लड़ रहे हैं तब से हमने
इससे राजनीति ना करें।
फिर बोल दिया बीच में। मैं इन मूर्खों के साथ डिबेट नहीं करता जो बीच में बोलते हैं। ये मछली बाजार बना रखा तुम लोगों ने। मैं ऐसी डिबेट नहीं करता।
आपने अभी कहा बहस होनी चाहिए और जब आपसे कोई बहस करे तो आप कह रहे मछली बाजार है। मैं समझ नहीं रहा, ये वन साइडेड बात नहीं चलती है।
मैं तो नहीं टोकता हूं किसी को।
धर्म शास्त्रों पर अगर
मेरे बीच में क्यों बोल रहा है कोई?
करनी हो तो उसके धार्मिक
एग्जैक्टली सो मच इंटॉलरेंस
धार्मिक चीजों को नहीं है।
दिस इज नॉट डिबेट।
मैं आई वांट टू गो टू दुष्यंत श्रीधर। दुष्यंत सीपी राय जी, आप मुझसे सवाल कर रहे हैं।
सिर्फ एक सवाल है।
करिए।
मैं सबसे सवाल कर रहा हूं।
करिए।
दुष्यंत, एक सवाल है कि जब से हम भगवान राम के नाम पर तरह तरह की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं, हमने कितने अपने बच्चों को, नौजवानों को भगवान राम, भरत और लक्ष्मण बना दिया। हमने उनमें भगवान राम के गुण पैदा करने की हमने कितनी कोशिश की, या केवल सत्ता बनाने की?
ओके, आई एम गिविंग वन चांस टू दुष्यंत। आई वांट वन चांस टू दुष्यंत, only Dushyant on the screen. I'm overshooting the limit, I know, but I'm giving 30 seconds to Dushyant. There is a concerted attempt by CP Rai to present the Hindu religion is intolerant, incapable of an intellectual debate. All I'm telling him, there is a difference between a debate and burning of a religious text. Burning of a religious text is not a debate. It is an act of desecration.
I don't agree with burning and this type of things.
You may not agree, but it's happened. Dushyanth is responding to you. Dushyanth.
I can't.
Dushyanth Sridhar is his name.
Very quickly, very 2 points.
Go on, Dushyanth.
Quickly, very 2 points. So one to the previous gentleman who asked how many of us have inculcated the values of Ramayana for the last 12 years. I have delivered 3,500 discourses on the Ramayana in 125 cities, and I've done 3 dance productions. I'm writing a book on Ramayana. So there are thousands of people who are listening, watching and reading. So I don't need to get lessons on how values of Ramayana have to be inculcated. Point number 1. Point number 2. Arnab, at the beginning of my debate, I did say that it's a reminder of the past. It's an inertia of the 13th century of burning of the books. I'll tell you the beheading process where I told you that Ramcharitmanas is just not there in the book, it is there in the mind. The beheading also happened in the 14th century where 12,000 people who were learned in the scriptures were cut and were replaced with the coconuts as per Madhura Vijayam, which is a 15th century Sanskrit work. So we will never show disrespect to any other religious book.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I am still a person who will never drag any other religion.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think sidestepping this issue is communal. Speaking about it, ladies and gentlemen, is not just secular. It is our democratic duty. And on the other side tonight, my hashtag is very relevant. It is apt. It is very descriptive. And my hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, is hashtag usual suspects, because the usual suspects have now gone to the Supreme Court saying, oh, but why? Oh, but why is the BBC going through so much pain? Ladies and gentlemen, the debate on the usual suspects in a few minutes.